Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, how is your day?
Hiring, but only got 4 hours of sleep, but that's because I'm trying to keep my sleep schedule stable.
That's okay. That's understandable. Yeah, I think.
Yep.
Well, first of all, nice to meet you, and we can go over the form which you sent me. Just go over your goals, and then we can do a water review, and maybe if you have time, we can do a live session as well. Is it sounds good with you?
Yeah, sounds perfect with me.
Hey, let's take a look. What I mentioned in the form so far, your long-term goals are to get better at positioning, get better in your thought processing when in game and make better decisions, be better at certain heroes as well, looking to get into masters as well. Let's see. Can you elaborate on the goals you mentioned there? Just what are you looking to get better at exactly in terms of your position, in terms of your decisions as well, stuff like that? Anything specific you struggle with at the moment?
So the thing I think like I will see it in my gameplay or not is I think I'm still under the mindset even to this day of the Overwatch 1 mindset of that type of positioning and gameplay sense. And I think if that is a thing that is happening to me, if we can break that and fix wherever we need with that, I can go back. I can get back to where I was because I've reached. I said in the forum, I've reached GM. I've been GM before. It's just the fact that I think I'm stuck in one certain mindset, and I need to fix that, which is causing me to tunnel vision and everything, which causes my positioning to probably be bad. Which is like it's a cycle. I think it's just like one thing leads to another, leads to another. If I break one thing, I can break it the others. Slowly, should.
Of course. Yeah, I think mentality and just making sure that you have a good direction with that is really important. And when you're saying you have this more Overwatch One mindset, what do you mean by that? By that exactly?
Specifically like the like the 66 mindset. If you what you think I mean, like I feel like I have more health than I should. I feel like I could do a lot more than I really when I think I can because I'm stuck in this place where like I think I have a lot more placement I can do because I think I have another tank, which I know I don't. But it's just thinking like I
Yeah,
have to be with my tank constantly in front line, or I'm trying to flank to give more positioning for my front line, and I feel like that's where I'm having my problems, which means my thought processing needs to change.
definitely, definitely. I think what you're describing there, especially with being kind of stuck together with your tank, I think that definitely makes sense. And a lot of players, I think, when they transition from Watch 1 to Watch 2, they definitely find that the pace of the game is different. And the main difference they want to be able to adapt to is that now in Overwatch 2, you are more proactive. You should be more proactive. You should try to just go on angles where you're trying to force out something, you're trying to also just bait the enemy to push you a lot of times, stuff like that. Obviously, doing it at the right time still, trying to synchronize the pressure with your tank, with the rest of your team. But this is really important idea, just being more proactive in a way. That is something we will look into, maybe just finding ways to be more proactive with your position. That is something what we can discuss probably, but if there are any other topics, we can also go with those. Of course, there's no problem with that.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And is there anything else you think you need to work on at the moment?
No, but if we see something that is very important, we can add that to that list.
Of course, yeah, makes sense. And are you getting better? You looking to get better on DPS, something like Trace and Cassidy? That is what you mentioned in the form, or any other
I just want to
characters?
get better at DPS in general, but most majority I want to get better at specifically flex DPS too because I have my hit scan's good and all, But if I'm able to have ability to help switch to different heroes to help my team, it will be better for me because for now I'm very good with other specific heroes. I'm good at other heroes, but they're not up to par at the place where I need to be at the moment.
Makes sense. Yeah, makes total sense. Just something to keep an eye on is when you're adapting your hero pool, when you're just looking to practice long term, making sure that your hero pool is not too big so you don't have too many characters, because in this case you need to learn a lot of micros and that might be harder for you to do in general. Well, it's not exactly it's not exactly that you cannot do that, is that your improvement might be slower. Typically, if you have around 3 characters at the level where you are, so currently you mentioned you are down with 5 DPS, yeah. So typically, rotating characters is okay, not necessarily one tweaking, but just making sure that we have around 3 characters usually is the best decision. But long term, something you can aim to do is, of course, if you want, you can add more characters, and once you get towards the higher ranks, you can pay attention to the meta more, but starting with more fundamental kind of things is definitely, if you have around 3 characters, then this is great. Okay, is there anything else what you want to mention besides all that information in the form? Any questions you want to ask maybe before we start, or stuff like that?
No, I think we'll be good. If anything arises, I will ask while we are reviewing.
Of
But
course.
for now, at the moment, no.
Of course, makes sense. And what is the character you want to focus on more today?
Let specifically, I want to go with either let's see which one we like. That's a good question. Which of the two codes are we gonna look at?
Exactly. I think the characters you aim to improve on long term, again, if you want to follow that process of just aiming towards 3 characters, ideally, at 3 characters you want to play, that would be the best. Ideally, in your pool, with those 3 characters, you just need to be suitable in short range situation, in long range situation, in situation where you need mobility, and that's about it. That's where, if you play hitscan, maybe having the pool such as Tracer, Cass, and you already have those characters, and maybe adding Soldier, that would be enough. You just don't want to have other characters, I would say, because I see you mentioned the replay. You also mentioned that you play something like Echo, Reaper, Bastion, and this is something what might slow down your improvement. Just having those 3, and the Lorenzo might be not the best, but again, it's your choice. If what you're comfortable with, yeah, what you have fun with. If you have fun playing more characters, I think this what matters the most. If you have fun, then sure. But improvement wise, if we can reduce the pool, then it's fine. But yeah, you can look at
Yeah,
the
let's
replays.
see.
What character you can you want us to look at more?
Let's work because typically, I can even look at my other account because I play on that a lot with just trying to improve myself before I go on my main account.
Yeah,
We can go with Midtown. I think that it is that has
sit
the
down.
what is it? Yeah, Cassidy, Echo, and Tracer.
Sure. Yeah, let's take a look. And there's a patch. This really unlucky. It's just been like a minute ago, actually. I
No way.
I think. Oh yeah, there's a patch. Well, we have an
That's
option to just do a live game. We have an option to do a
yeah.
live game right away and see how that goes. I suggest just focus on one of the characters, and after that we can
Yeah.
review. That's also fine. I'm thinking. Yeah, let's just start with what character you want to play during the live.
I typically start out with Cass.
Let's
Like
do
every
Cass.
game, I typically start out with Cass.
Let's do
So
Cass.
let
Sure.
me do this real quick and stop streaming yours so that I can get that. Oh yeah, that's right. So it's gonna be a little bit smaller. It looks like it's small. It isn't. Um, I just work on an ultra wide monitor for gaming, so that's
It's
why the
understandable.
stream. Yeah, I got the monitor for free, so I'm using it to the.
Of course.
I mean, it's 144 hertz, so I'm not gonna complain about it.
That's alright. Yeah, as long as you can keep all the information in front of you, I think that's okay, because some players sometimes they have difficulty if the monitor is way too big, then they have to do turn with the head like left right, and this is not something you don't want to do. If you're doing that to search for information, then it might be a little bit just cost you slight milliseconds of time, and just
Yeah,
watch
no.
out the way you sit. I think it's just typically if you have bigger monitor, you just gotta sit slightly further
Mhm.
back. But yeah, it's okay.
Yep.
Yeah, we can start off on Cass. What's your usual warm up?
So typically, I usually like when I get on for the first time today, I usually do this for like 10, 15 minutes, just getting my aim there, and then start playing quick play to get myself warmed up with teams, and then start getting to play competitive.
Makes sense. Okay, I would say if possible to just increase the efficiency of your warm up, you might replace quick play and yeah, any sort of arcade as well, if you're doing that too, just replace it with something like Boxta. Maybe you heard of that game mode, or just aim trainer in Overwatch. Have you heard about Voxta game mode?
I have not heard of the Voxta game
You
mode.
can leave the game and just go and create a custom game, and just press create, settings, import code, and type in Voxta. I can also place the code if you want, just so you
Yeah,
copy paste it. Yeah, right
yeah.
there. You can just copy and
Yep.
paste it.
There we go. Got it.
Yeah, basically what
That
this game mode does, yeah, you have to just press escape and then start leave. I mean, you must fix the some
there's yeah, hold
you
on, let me check.
just try one more time. Yeah, try one more
Yeah.
time. It should work. Something's
Let
off.
me
You can
yeah, hold
yeah
on.
because it
Let me
says it says that
uh let me do this. Let's try this. Let's try this. Just see.
it's okay.
No, it's
Oh, interesting. Maybe
interesting.
because of the patch, maybe. Wait, it's been working all the time. I mean, well, we can check with this game mode later, but basically, what the game mode is about is we can also try to restart Overwatch later and see if it works. But for now, don't worry. This game mode is the place where there are multiple characters moving around, just kind of bots, but they are just normal characters, like game characters, and you just want to try to aim towards those because the movement is really chaotic. It helps you to
Hmm.
warm up your muscles, just warm up your mechanics, and this is what you want because you're taking more frequent duels. Well, you just click on the primary fire more. This way, you warm up faster. It's not like we have to warm up decisions, so your positioning really doing the quick plays. Or there's not something you can warm up. You only warming up mechanics. That's why there is something what you might more effective. You might find it more effective. I think yeah, just try out this game mode later. I'm gonna save this code for you in the summary list. But yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why it's not working. It might be just the after update, or maybe there's
It's probably is.
yeah, it's been working for 2 years. I don't know what happened, but yeah, let's just see. Can go Cass and let's see. I think let's try to focus on making sure you're taking more proactive position, starting with maybe you heard of that term, probably heard of that. Just taking in a off angles. Off angle is a
Hmm.
position away from your core, but you do it in a way with the cast. So you take kind of softer angles. You don't go too hard deep an angle because you don't have as much mobility. Just see where your team is and take soft angles closer to your team, but still exist on the off angle. This way, attention goes to you. And it can also go towards your team. If the attention goes towards your team, you can go more aggressive, and it can also go other way around too. But just
Yeah.
try to see what are your options.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Trace is gonna go left. I'm gonna stay here, and I'm gonna go over here. Go to
You
the
can
right.
try. Yeah. Just any short, softer angles options. Short angles, I mean, your effective range. Okay.
Yeah.
Ball is that. Take shorter angle, and you good.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a shorter sideline. Pretty decent.
All right. I'm gonna take a longer route right here.
Yeah, you can try it. Just make sure you still maintain off angle, and it's
Yep.
pretty short. Short towards the where the enemy is fighting. Okay.
Oop, oop, get back. Reload.
That's okay.
Yep.
You can try to potentially fight for that high ground up there as well. That's typically the positions the enemy will try to hold, because it gives them more options what to do. So if you're able to fight for the top, it's great. Just saying, see if there's possible. But get closer meanwhile. Yeah, this is good. Try to get closer with your angle. Just transition. Try to play away from cars so you're off angle, not on the main lane, somewhere on the side. Yeah, this right side can even work. That's okay. That's alright. One more fight. I would just say try to lean towards the right side a little bit more, so you have a shorter sideline on those guys on the right.
I'm gonna go try to take that high ground if I can.
Yeah, you also have your high noon, maybe if there's a good opportunity, you can use that, but for the most part, just try to get closer, yeah. That's fine.
Oh, yep. Just
well,
wanted to.
That's okay.
There's no. Yeah, back it up.
It's okay. And it's funny. Well, this...
I'm gonna take. Yeah.
Yeah, this position is good. Huh. It's exactly just fine.
Okay.
Okay. Make sure you have a short sideline. You can be kind of more patient because of the... You can wait for the rest of your team, but still you can maybe get a kill on anybody isolated, anybody is pushing you here. Just watch out.
I'm gonna have to stay back a little bit.
Cass might push you there, watch out.
Yeah.
I'd kill him still. Nice. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't mean to drop, fuck, but it's
That's
fine.
okay. You got a kill, yeah. Still can try to fight for this right side, yeah. Well, see the...
Back it up.
Yeah.
Alright.
See the guys on the right, see what are the option. Okay. If they're using cooldowns, you can use cover. Of course. Yeah, it's completely fine.
Right here.
He's right above. Yeah, he's right above.
Yep.
Keep maintaining your angle if possible, so you're not in the middle of everything. Just lean towards right side. Okay, it's fine. Okay. Here, you usually repeat the same, actually, because this right side gets you to shorter sideline.
Yep. They're on May now. Oh, fuck, I'm dead here.
Survive, maybe.
Yeah, there's just no way I'm gonna survive.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, well, it's okay. It's just, if they push you like that, it's really having this option to maybe drop an HP pack, also making sure that you... It's a lot about the flash, how you use that, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. This guy keeps question marking.
Yeah. Alright, I got high noon. Pass above. Actually, focus. Yeah, focus this bit.
Yeah, you can focus short sideline and then set up your iron. Okay, works. Make sure you get your HP and then you can set up your high later. With high noon, you need longer sight. This is a really short one, so careful. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Cancel it in time.
Oh, fuck.
That's okay.
Okay, they use alts. They have AL coming up. They probably have High Noon. They probably have Ball. They only
Yeah.
have two. We have only Beth or Spoiled alts. That's it.
Yeah, see what are your options. To just try to fight for that top still, but you need to
Yeah.
take the softer. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah,
You
there's no way. Back. Stay back. Stay back. Actually,
you still have time for one more fight. Just make sure you will not get
yeah.
noticed before your team backs gets
Yep.
back. Yeah.
I'm keeping an eye on them. Tracer just died late. Oh.
Yeah, we can
All
have
right.
other people with us, like see over those. Okay, 5, 6. Yeah. It's fine. Try
Oh
to
my
stay
god,
alive.
my aim.
Try to
Yep.
stay alive there. Okay. And get him away. And breaking the wall. Sure.
Go, take high gun. Take high gun. Oh. Oh, I tried to back up to the Mega. I didn't do it in time. Damn it.
That's okay. That's okay. Do you have some sort of longer range oriented character in your pool as well?
Ashe is one of them. I can play somewhat soldier. Soldier is a little bit iffy, but I feel like
Yeah.
she's actually better than my soldier.
I see you. I see.
So
Yeah, just asking that because something you can aim to do usually on those kind of maps as well is if you have a long range character, I think typically on long range map it's great. And this is where you, if you want, you can also run something else, but you don't have to. I
yeah,
think the first thing is always making sure you solve the performance. If you still want to play Cass, it's okay. Just make sure you keep an eye on the shorter sidelines here. It's difficult, but possible. We still can run Cass, it's just, yeah, I'm saying.
yeah. I'm just trying to think. The way they're playing, I think going far sidelines is gonna be great for us.
Yeah, this map
Because they
is
don't really,
suitable.
they really didn't have a tracer. Their cast played very, very close to their supports, so that's free dynamite for me if I need to get build up ult, as well as getting those quick and simple kills if I can. I'm gonna try to play right here, and then if I see anything like a widow, I'm gonna try to rotate towards that way.
Okay, sounds good. With Zash, in terms of your angle, still will be softer in a way, but you have more verticality, so make sure you constantly hold those vertical spots more. That's okay. If he goes and you just try to stay in the angle longer if possible. If you're in your team sidelines, you okay. So basically they could have stayed on top too. There's no problem. Because your team can still see you. Take top. You need the verticality.
Yep. I'm gonna.
Yeah. It's always. With angles on Ashe, it's mostly this. If they go on you, here you gotta be ready. You gotta be ready and just play cover. That was fine to take the angle, and you actually killed them too, but it's just the way they do it. That's okay. You can repeat the same, kind of use your coach gun for rotation event, right? But just be ready for those guys to go on you and play cover. Kind of lean towards the cover a little bit more when you done the rotation. Yeah, just like that. You see, okay. It's more about mechanics and also playing cover there if they commit. Yeah, they die, it's okay. See if possible to set up on different angles as well once you have your dynamite back. I mean, coach gun. Yeah.
No, continue reloading. Yeah. Okay, got my ult coming up. They're probably close to ball. May probably good chunk of them. Back. Rotate.
Fine.
Now take back up. Yeah, they want me.
That's okay. That's okay. I think that. Oh well, let's see. It might be difficult for you to exactly fight for this, but maybe your Tracer can stall that. Okay, that's alright.
Yeah, no.
You can farm the Bob and then fight for second.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to stay up here. It's
This
just
is good.
okay. We have an honest still. Let's see. We only have one all plus mine coming up. Wait, we're going for this? I don't like that.
Well, they use some ultimates there. It's alright.
Yeah, but now now everyone has long spawn and I'm fucked here.
Yeah, try to just farm ult charge there at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, you can set up the next fight. Happens. Really. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think that was a good idea for them. I didn't realize it either. I was trying to set up for the
Yeah, no problem.
second fight.
Yeah.
So, alright.
Okay, find a way to place your Bob so you can initiate. Make sure you have an angle, off angle, but not stuck with your team. Yeah?
Oh.
That's alright. It's just typically if you're kind of stuck with them, it becomes easier for the ball and Genji together to dive everybody.
Yeah.
It's okay. Okay,
Yeah,
I think there are some good ideas to go over anyway. Yeah, it's might be a tough game as well, but yeah. I think the first idea, the one I tried at the start, just considering what character you're playing when. I think in your case, by the way, if you're more of a hit scan character, really, this is kind of situation where the Ashe is pretty fine. Use a hit scan character if you have the long range situation, long range map. Really, it's a good one. Just something to consider. I don't think you have to exactly force yourself to play a certain character, but I'm just saying you can get slightly more value. And in your long-term goals, if you can maintain 3 characters, I think this is great. Because this way you solve a lot of problems, especially if you play hitscan, maybe not leaning towards projectile yet. It just helps you with the aiming mechanics. You will have a more consistent aim this way, and it just becomes easier to adapt to each situation. I think Cassidy first point might be a little bit tough, but still, there are some things you can do, like taking short angles. I think just send me this one. Let's just go over some ideas there, and should be good, okay?
Yep.
Because first thing which matters really is definitely performance. It's not that if you don't run the perfect character, you cannot get value. No, it's still good if you're able to even run non-meta character, but it's just the way we play. It really always needs adjustments in what is that situation you're in, and then making sure you play it for your advantage. Basically, if you watch this map here, for example, something what needs to be more consistent, and it needs to be more consistent on any map in any situation, is taking shorter sidelines like we've been doing. I think you started doing that later. Yeah, you've been fighting for this right side here a little bit more, and then you was fighting for the stop there as well. Yeah, just making sure you rotate there faster, basically trying to. I think initially we took, let me see, there was the right side rotation. Can you see my stream just fine, by the way?
Yes, yep, perfectly fine.
Yeah. So there, it's definitely not bad of rotation, and you eventually got a kill on the ball too. Is overcommitting, and this is what we want really with those angles. Why those are really great if you're able to take some sort of off angles, because you force an enemy attention. When they go on you, you basically can deny the aggression with your flash, with maybe even your shift. You can just try to stay alive there, but it's just the way you do it, I think, needs higher quality sometimes. So as I mentioned, yeah, we'll see later. You push, 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 okay, then you take this pretty short sideline here, you fight those guys, okay, and then you start swinging left, which I think might be a little bit complicated because of the effective range. You see that? If you are
Mm-hmm.
on this left angle, I think this is more of a Ashe angle or Soldier angle where you have more consistent pressure from the long distance. So here, yeah, what are your options? If you started at this position, how can you approach this? Where should it be? What your angle can be? So it's a shorter sideline towards where you guys are fighting. Where should you go?
Let's go towards those stairs right there on the right side.
I would say so, yeah. Just right away, maybe. You can go towards the stairs, you can have an angle, and this way you might force out some attention to go on you. The enemy team might push you a little bit. And later, you can use your flash, you can also use your shift, stuff like that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, about the rotations is, wanna be, well, you could be even using your shift sometimes. If you cross in the open, it's okay. Like you will see there's gonna be a case where it feels like it's a little bit concerning. Yeah, should you rotate, and how you do that? Let me see. I think it's just right after the next fight. We're kind of gonna be kind of stuck in this room a little, and I know it's kind of awkward a little, and you don't have a pretty good sight line. I like the patience though. You wait for your team to get back, yeah. Your Doomfist get it back, they grab initial attention, and then you can start pushing. But you can also consider, if you have a concern crossing the open sideline like this, where, you know, long range damage can do quite a lot, then you can use your shift. Use your shift to get towards the short sideline. Okay, this is usually okay, especially for the long maps like this if you run short range character. Okay, you can invest, think about it this way, you can invest your mobility into getting better positions, and later you will have your mobility back. So your shift, well, it's also a defensive cooldown, you will have it back when the actual fight happens. You just need to play hard cover after, and this is what you will see on Ashe as well. I just want to show you this. You actually been rotating, but it's just the way you did the rotation, you did not play hard cover. I will show you some of the examples over there. I think once you started taking, I think the Genji punished us right away when you took the, I think it was even the first fight actually. Let me see. Yeah, just right after you got the ball. Okay, it's just seen as you want to take an angle, right? You want to be proactive. You can use your, again, mobility. You can use it first to get in a position. Later, you're trying to recharge and get it back. Yeah, a lot of people say you need your shift as a defensive cooldown, right? You need it to just, when enemy goes on you, enemy Genji goes on you, you can answer their pressure. But it's okay to usually use one set of cooldowns first to get in a position. You with me? Does it make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. So right there, you get in position. But see, what if I'm wrong? Yeah, why the way we position here against the Genji, it's not perfect. Yeah, well, not just what could make, how you could make some adjustments so this guy will not kill you. What do you think?
Well, one thing is make sure I use. So let's say I do take that position up there. I use my coach gun. I
Of course.
anticipate it. Let's go right where that green bar is. You see where I'm talking about? The on the upstairs up there.
Mhm.
That wall. I'll try to position my. I should position myself there instead of putting myself out in the open right here. Completely.
Exactly, exactly. So it's just you want to, right after you finish the rotation, same idea as the Cassidy, but we kind of just didn't do it on Cassidy much, but on Ashe we actually been taking rotations. It's just right after your rotation, you need to play hard cover in a way so you can break line of sight with the enemy, and there are two ways for you to do that. It's either you use vertical structures like this one here, this vertical structure here, or this horizontal structure here. So really two choices. So right after the coach gun finished, I need to have a possibility to instantly break line of sight, instantly hide, just in case. And this is where you can also think about it as a corners like this one, they can enable you staying here a little bit longer. So if you ever see something like ball going on you, it's okay to play on the edge as long as possible because your team's still able to see you, they're still able to support, but we play on the edge of the corner. Yeah, you can play on the edge. Well, this is the edge, it's horizontal structure, but I can also treat it the same way when using verticality too. It's just making sure you can break an line of sight with the enemy within half a second. You just need to be able to instantly drop or instantly hide behind the cover. Stuff like that. It just depends on where the damage is coming from. If the damage is coming from here, there's only one option. It's just drop. But keep playing on the edge. It just kind of bait them to do something. Yeah, this is what I mean by being proactive. With your position, you can hold those angles and use cover really well. So you will force those guys to go on you. If this guy's smart, he will not actually be rolling through. This guy rolled through anyway for some reason, and you did punish him, but against better players, to bait them, you can just keep using the cover just like that. You can sit there, and this guy will be thinking, huh, this Ashe, they're really over-aggressive, but in reality, you just bait them to go towards your position. So this is sort of why this is really good, and you could also see this guy's more consistently, well, the enemy more consistently pushing you because you use those proactive positions really, really good. You use them much, much better. Stuff like that, okay? Does it make sense with proactive positions? Does it make
Yeah, it
sense
does.
how to use the corners? Yeah, so I'm just gonna write down on our summary list. For one, once you finish the rotation, you need to play on the edge of the corner. You just need to be able to break line of sight. Can break line of sight in 0.5 seconds, for example. Just, yeah, this can be your rule. You can invest mobility. Can invest, so it's sort of use mobility once. Okay, use mobility to get on the angle, and then later you can fight with the enemy. Once they go on you, you can answer their pressure. It's the second set of the cooldowns. It's kind of use your coach gun first, get in position, later maybe Genji goes on you, you can also use that. Typically is how the flow of the fight goes. So yeah, just fight. Make sure, first of all, you instantly, when there's an opportunity, you just take it. Like right now, for example, you could be right after you killing the ball, just instantly go in the position, yeah, and play hard cover. You get your coach gun back, and you will probably have enough time, by the way. I think if you would use it later, you would have enough time to get back almost, and that would allow you to stay at those positions even longer. And same stuff about the Cassidy, yeah? Let's just go maybe back here. I think when we push the second point, I think it's gonna be interesting, yeah? So just seeing as how can you be more proactive with your position so the attention goes to you and then you can answer the aggression. Yeah, well, this fight, I don't think it's that winnable because your team is dead, but it's fine. By the way, thinking about your ultimates the same way as well, how can you bait the enemy to go on you? Maybe what space you need to fight for, just how you want to use your ultimate to get more value. What do you think?
First, well, one, if my ultimate is for Deadeye, let's go with Deadeye. It's more if you want to get abilities out of them, or like because you're not gonna really be able to
Yeah,
secure a kill. So if you can bait some abilities out, it'll be better for your team because
of
then your
course.
team can push in for that type of stuff.
Of course. Right, of course, definitely. Yeah, you kind of zoning enemy out, and a lot of it. Think about it this way: of what is better for you to zone out? Well, first of all, starting with here, yeah, when you fight with where your team is fighting. At this point, what is better for you to start zoning out and easier for you to zone out and get value with this ball over here, or should we be zoning out some of these guys there?
It's zoning out everyone else other than the ball,
Mm.
really.
Yeah, because see what's stuff about this is really short sideline. They can instantly get out, and even though they are zoned out, kind of, it might be not as easy for your team to push. What you're doing with High Noon usually is it's opposite to just general pressure of the Cassidy. Usually you want to try to take longer sidelines. You want to try to fight for longer open space. So in here we have this kind of open sight line. You can look to set up the high noon, and later you can, well, first of all, maybe you can bait some of the attention and then use the high noon. Yeah, maybe enemy actively goes, they commit in the sideline, but then you can also just zone the enemy out in unfavorable spots. Maybe this one here, maybe somebody's gonna hide there, and then it's easy to push. Stuff like that. I think it's definitely not the big thing, but still something to think about in terms of how you can be proactive, but still, I think, yeah, get decent amount of value. Yeah, right there, I think you're using short sideline. That's pretty decent. You could be watching this. I think could be slightly more aggressive. Well, again, shorter sideline. You see this? Just because of the
Mhm.
situation of the fight. Yeah, we have the tune over here. I think it's a little bit too far, and your Doomfist still in. Maybe you can take advantage of that. Just that's what the pattern seemed like on the first. Again, a little bit too long of a sideline. I understand when you lose the team members, you have to just wait for them, like you do here. Yeah? See, this guy's pushing you, just wait for that to be happening. You can... Once they push you, you can be more consistent in killing them once they actually commit. You see that with your own visuals, and then you can use the flash. You still punish them later, which is great. Because you've been patiently holding, yeah, that's fine. This is really good side on the right side, short range again. Be pushing that, using cover. See, you have the opportunity to break line of sight as well. See how close to cover you're playing. This is really good. And if this guy starts shooting, doing anything, you can instantly hide. Sometimes, of course, there can be an exception, just like this one. You can use your shift to get a kill, but typically you're trying to, if there's normal 5v5, you're trying to just set up your position, force an action from the enemy, and then you just answer with your own cooldowns. Here, yeah, it's like an exception from the rule, but still try to maintain the angles longer. Do not go back towards your, I think, favorable positions. Like the main usually is not the best space for you. You wanna try to hold side angles a little bit more if possible. Yeah, you will see next time. Yeah, what do you think? Take it to the right side. What you could have done differently, or maybe like should you still hold there? Is just, yeah. What's your thoughts on this? What went wrong with this
Play.
position?
Or I committed to playing at this position, even though I knew the ball was still around. What I should have done instead of playing right there, I should have played towards the middle of that map right there on that right side. Like right, yeah,
Right there?
not right here. No, like
Oh.
either right there or more like in the inside the map itself.
Inside the
Too.
map, you're talking about the high gun in the middle, just somewhere
Yes,
over
like
here.
right, somewhere right here where I'm still having a cover, even though I'm vulnerable to the right. It's more of the ball can only do so much right there. He has to come towards me. Well, I can still have a good, decent sight line with the enemy team. Well, because I don't know if Diva's going to be able to stay up there for that long.
Yeah, sure. Well, it's reasonable. I would say this. You definitely, it's not bad decision to go for the right side initially. It's just two things. Like I said, you need to first make sure you confirm the angle. You just need to clear the threats. You just need to clear something like ball, for instance. Maybe you start here. Okay, you check for the ball, shoot. Even ball goes in you, you can instantly kite towards here, and your team can support. Or you can start here and then kite towards your team. Well, maybe roll away this way. It might seem, well, might be a little bit exposed to this, but still, one of the options is just do not skip steps with taking the position. Right before taking the position, make sure you kind of confirm it. And you also, most of the time, when you took the position, see, again, you need to play hard cover. You need to be careful if you don't have information the enemy to. So it's like, if I lean towards this wall, I will not receive damage coming from this angle A. Let's call this angle A. The enemy is coming from here. Yep. So by leaning towards the wall, it will be much easier. Or maybe you start here, you lean towards the wall, that's also easy. And you also try to confirm the angle. You just try to scout for the threats. Make sure clear threats first before using the angle. It's similar on Ashe as well, yeah? Similar idea, but we talked about on how you play on the edge, yeah? It's just how, let's say, based on the enemy threats. Yeah, if you know because there's somebody is gonna push you, usually you adjust your position by playing hard cover, but you also gotta be ready. Yeah, just awareness wise, decisions wise, you gotta be ready that I'm gonna be pushed. I'm gonna be pushed by Genji. I'm gonna be pushed by Ball, stuff like that. So it's just right after. Yeah, before using the position, make sure you confirm the position. So it's kind of take an angle and make sure you control the angle, you in control, and then later you can use that. Yeah, and that's how I would put it. Yeah. Because this is definitely not bad. If you go towards the short sideline, we just kind of didn't confirm that space yet. And because we start eventually being out in the open, there's just a lot of damage coming through this other angle, and yeah, it's really tough. Yeah, doesn't make sense so far, or
Yeah, no, everything makes sense
Yeah.
so far.
and later you still can take the right side. Or this is also a good one to fight. Just make sure you kind of see the commitment first and then react, rather than trying to just throw in the abilities too fast. Basically, what you see there, you going in, the Cassidy might make a move. Maybe you can make some predictions to what they might do while they roll, and then later you can react. There's in their kit, if they know there's a lot of damage on them, they will typically roll first. But yeah, it's okay. It's more also mechanical too, but I think awareness definitely helps. If you expect this guy to answer, you expect them to use cooldowns first, just be ready. Like that Mei, for example, they will go on you, maybe they will use an ice block, and then we can kind of do stuff there. With High Noon, might be scary sometimes if you just commit towards the shooting, because it's a short angle, but you can definitely use it for just maybe a reload, for example. It's great, but yeah, you gotta kill. You've been fast, you've been not holding it, so it's good. The short sideline again is decent, but they use Juno ultimate, so you have to reset. I think this point is really hard to retake in general. Also, replay got stuck. What
Yeah.
happened? Okay.
Oh, there he goes.
Yeah, it's hard to retake, but eventually this is the way you fight as a Cassidy. Short sides, and you should be good. They kind of snowball you here. I don't think there's any other play we could have done besides touching, just kind of being more patient there. That was okay for the most part, I think. Okay. Yeah, so those are for the most part in the notes. I think on, yeah, maybe like on second point, Ash, yeah, we didn't go over that too much. It's just, yeah, when your team is touching, I think, yeah, just been over here. If you see that, it's, of course, it's okay to commit. If you know, well, most of your team is touching, that's fine. I know we've been focused on the angles. I don't think it's maybe too good of a decision to also touch, but in this case, whenever this happens later, you have to. There's no choice. It's rather die together and just be maybe make a silly decision together and get value out of it rather than being smart alone. But yeah, I understand. I also been focused on the angles so far, so it's understandable we've been not able to follow up on this. And then yeah, you die. It's fine. You just have to reset. And at this point it's just what angle would take. Yeah, be proactive. Well, you see again, what is the way for you to rotate? Yeah, what is the way for you to just get in a position by using your shift? Yeah, and what is that position you could be aiming for? What's your thoughts?
The right side over here.
Yeah, just go on the right side. Rotate, take the better sideline. Sharper sideline over here. Shoot this Genji, shoot this Mei. They might go on your butt. You play hard cover. You just need to be able to play closer to this box, so maybe have play on the edge over here, so we can drop. If there's a pressure, you always drop. You can always drop and protect yourself. Stuff like that. Vertical or horizontal structures allowing you to stay alive. But because you stay with the rest of your team, it's not only that your Bob will be rushed, yeah. It might be rushed sometimes, but there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure, and it's just easier for the divers to kind of disrupt everybody. This ball rolls through everybody. But if it could be stay there, then this ball or Genji, they have to choose. They have to choose to go on you or go on the rest of the core. So really just take the position, shoot. Take the position, shoot. This Just make sure you're in the better spot first. Okay. Yeah, well, there's quite a lot already, I think, and it's more positional too, so that's good. You can start working on that first. I suggest. I think that's gonna be good work if you able to just work on those ideas. Should be good. How you would summarize this so far? What do you need to keep an eye on based on this review?
I need to definitely keep a mindset of making sure I use hardcover a lot and more of figuring out where my team's positioning and how can I help them in off angles.
Okay. So specifically for Cassidy, what we've been looking for? What kind of positions are
Short sidelines,
shorter
short sideline
sidelines?
offsides.
Yeah, shorter sidelines. And how do you get in a position? Remember, what you because we mentioned that you can use your mobility. And don't forget that as a Cassidy, you can use your even shift sometimes to just help yourself in rotation. You can go to the main and get in a position. After you used your mobility, maybe Ashe or Cassidy, how do you play? What do you need to keep an eye on?
One enemy team where they're going to be if they see if you use your ability. So you need to keep at a hard angle. Be patient with your abilities.
What was the main reason you got punished when you used your shift when you went up there by the Genji? What
I
was the main reason?
I didn't use the hardcover right there.
You've been using what again? Sorry.
I didn't use the hardcover.
Yeah, sorry.
I didn't wait.
Yeah. It's just this exact hard covered. Yeah, we should be able to break line of sight. Break line of sight within 0.5 seconds. By the way, on Ashe, you might notice that you use horizontal cover like this one more because you have more vertical mobility. You can always go up and down more with your coach gun. That's why it's okay for you to like go up somewhere. Okay, play on the edge. Something happens to me, I can always drop down. And this is your cover too. This is just different type of cover. Like a lot of people, they just tend to use those vertical structures, left corners. Yep, AD strafe, left, right. Just minimize the hitbox, but you can also minimize your hitbox by using the horizontal structures too. I highly recommend on Ashe. If you're able to do that more, that's nice, and you will see even just positionally. I'd say maybe you don't have the Genji, and maybe the Genji is not pushing you. Whenever you're trying to shoot the rest of the enemy, you will see when you're gonna be taking the position. I think it's gonna be over here. You don't want your hitbox to be really exposed. You want your hitbox as hidden as possible. I think. Let me see when we get punished exactly. I think this is the timestamp. You will see over here. We want this horizontal structure to be as close to the enemy as possible as well. For example, if you shoot this over here, if you lean back a little bit more, like this maybe, then this way you minimize your hitbox. You make it really hard for the enemy to hit you. By the way, what they will see in the game, if you position like that, you kind of lean more back, instead of seeing your entire body, like I can see here on the brig, they will see your head only, but you still will be able to shoot them with your gun. This is really useful tip on any hitscan character, just minimizing your hitbox this way, because it's harder for them to hit the head. It's just the way you minimize the hitbox this way by using horizontal structures. It's really big help, and you still can do those. If I just go on a practice range, you still can do peek shooting. This is what you do a lot on Ashe. You still will be just peeking around the corners, but you will be using vertical structure to do that. We'll see. I mean, sorry, horizontal structures. So if I go Ashe, for example, here, yeah? And this is something you can practice in Vaxta too, or just any aim trainer. It's just the way you peek. And see here, for example, I have the bot over here. I can peek him this way, hide, peek him, hide, yeah, and see how close he is. He's really close to this horizontal structure right there. I think it's one of the best things you can do on the hitscan DPS. Well, any burst long range DPS, really, this is nice. And of course, same applies towards the normal cover. Yeah, you can just peek shoot this way. Okay. By the way, regarding the warm-up, let me check if the Vox is working. I can check it myself. I'm just gonna create the game maps. Oh, no. Import code Voxta. Okay. Let's see if it works. Yeah, something is wrong. I'm not sure. Maybe it's the patch.
Hold on. Try try the 1v1 arena too. Okay, too. Try that one. See if that one's working.
A 1v1 arena. Do you have the code for this? I don't think I have it on this
Yes.
account here, at least.
I have it. I have it memorized. I literally have it memorized.
Oh, yeah,
because
yeah.
I was when I.
Yeah, I forgot. I forgot it was what was the one. This is different account too, but yeah, here. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, this one. Okay, I just might be the patch. Yeah, well, it's okay.
Yeah, it is the
well,
patch. Yeah.
yeah, I
Oh,
think.
wait.
Oh, maybe. Okay. Anyway,
Okay, it's just that one.
save the code. Huh? I'm not sure. Well, I will see later. I'll see with this Voxta later because it's been 2 years and it's been working. But this is basically the game mode where there are random characters, they move in a chaotic way, and you can just shoot them. And it's really nice game mode. Or something what I suggest is do try hard FFA as well. I think it's really good one. You just gotta go on all games and type in FFA. This is my even better one. You will practice versus other players and just try to apply, well, just warm up. This is because you take more frequent duels and you just warm up your mechanics 10-15 minutes. This might be even more effective compared to normal quick play. So you just go Cassidy and you just try to play here, like land a shot, yeah, like try to aim, land your abilities, and that's about it, really. You just take more frequent duels in here. See if you have the lobby for this, but yeah, I'm gonna also add it on our summer list. Okay, try out FFA, Voxta. I think those two are pretty good. Yep, preference on Voxta. 15-20 minutes warm up. Okay, just see how it works for you. I'm not against quick play entirely, but it might just, for a lot of players, find it better, and it's from just practice standpoint, it's better improvement. It's faster warm up. Okay. I think for the things you mentioned today so far, angles and cover, that is something you can start working on. What I would do later, let's see, we have a few things.